The Gujarat government and these 11 convicts were complicit, acted in tandem in misrepresenting and suppressing facts, playing fraud on this court, extremely rare, harsh words from the Supreme Court of India, accusing a state government, Gujarat's BJP government, of abuse of power and of practically lying under oath. Why? To release these 11 men from jail, men guilty of gang raping Bilkis Bano, who was pregnant at the time and killing 14 of her family members, including her mother and her 2-year-old daughter, in the 2002 Gujarat communal riots. Except, as the Supreme Court has now ruled, Gujarat had no right to offer them remission, pardon them or free them. It fraudulently usurped the power of Maharashtra to do so, where the trial took place and where the men were sentenced. The Supreme Court even listed out the facts that had been suppressed and misrepresented, spelling out how this fraud was committed by the government of Gujarat and the 11 convicts. It mentions how one of the convicts, Radhesham Shah, failed to tell the Supreme Court that Gujarat High Court had twice rejected his remission plea, telling him to approach the Maharashtra government. Shah also failed to disclose that he had applied for remission to the Maharashtra government. The convicts also did not tell the Supreme Court that the police superintendent of Dahod in Gujarat, where the crimes had been committed, and the district judge who had sentenced them to life imprisonment had advised against pardon or remission for them all. All of these facts were also suppressed by the lawyers of the state of Gujarat, leading the Supreme Court to say that the government and the convicts were complicit and had acted in tandem. Also, talking directly about Gujarat's BJP-ruled government, the Supreme Court said the Gujarat government had previously submitted before this court, the Supreme Court, that the appropriate government was the state of Maharashtra, a contention erroneously rejected by the Supreme Court. But at that point, the state of Gujarat had to file a review petition seeking a correction of this order, which it failed to do. And if it had done so, this litigation would not have arisen at all. Instead, by not filing a review petition, the state of Gujarat usurped the state of Maharashtra's power and passed the remission order, which, according to the Supreme Court, was a fraud. The question to ask is, why did the Gujarat government do this? Why did they undermine justice and democracy in this manner? To understand this, let's take a look at the events that followed the pardon of these 11 convicts. On 15th August 2022, these men were given mithai, garlanded, cheered, felicitated as they emerged from jail. The idea being to project them as patriots, heroes of radical Hindutva. BJP's MLA from Godra, C.K. Raulji, who was on the Gujarat government's remission panel, even chose to describe these 11 convicted murderers and rapists as sanskari Brahmins. And look at the timing. Just 3 months before the Gujarat state elections in December 2022, to claim credit for pardoning those who had committed heinous crimes during Gujarat's worst communal riots. This was majoritarian politics, divisive politics, polarizing politics on full display. ये जो India है ना, here when an elected government whose job it is to frame the laws of the land breaks those very laws and misleads our Supreme Court, it hurts, it shakes our democracy. But we hope the Supreme Court always has judges like Justice Nagarathna and Bhuyan to get it right. They have shown how governments can and should be held accountable in a true democracy. Meanwhile, Bilkis Bano must surely be relieved, knowing her attackers will soon be back where they belong, in jail.